Yeah, it's working. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Elfie. Let's get into some cards. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Just gonna clean up a little bit, and then we're gonna get to it. We had some channeled messages coming in that had to do with what was it again? Yeah, someone is finally deciding to go to therapy. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Something about the eternal flame. Or something about being, well, sorry, I'm being a little bit superficial. I know we have some beautiful people watching this channel. I want to look good for y'all, but my hair is just, I'm gonna thank the swans for my miraculously, you know, wavy, mavericky look. Okay. All right, let's get into it. I know some of y'all are here just to check if there's anything about you, and then if there's not, you'll just bounce. I'm just gonna get to it for the sake of just, keeping things. Actually, I wanted to get into a big boss energy because I know that there are some big bosses watching me as well, so I'm really sensing that, someone is cool, very cool, um, and they're not even trying to be. They're sexy, they're cool, they're not even trying to be. They're just at this point they're just being generous, you know, with just incarnating confirmation. Um, but they're still having difficulties organizing toxic relations to an ex or to an X factor new type relation. So it could be that some of y'all are trying to figure out how to keep friends or past people in your life because they could be narcissists trying to have you as a fruit on their in their garden tree, and then now you're just narcissist's fruit hanging, waiting for fate to decide what to do with you. And there's a beauty in letting life, manage us, but there's also this call to let go and just put on a timer and forget about the timer. And like I spoke on this in my last video when it came to acting. Like some actors, they kind of like just they ask questions, they reflect on their character, and then they don't answer those questions. They just ask the right questions, and they don't answer the right questions. They just figured out a way how to be philosophical with the correct aim. Okay, but yeah, big boss energy. So let me just, heads up. I might get into a big boss energy. So I might break character. I'm known to have done this before on this channel to go in and out of character. Last time I was channeling fire rites, and it got a little bit rough. Um, but then again, my work is also about the like nuclear explosion of it all, and I also have monitoring spirits around me, so I'm like also in this space of being surveilled without necessarily feeling like there's someone watching me. Is that Michael Jackson song? You know, you know. Can we just move on? What's going on with the cards? How are you doing? Yeah, first first one that wanted to show himself, and now he's hiding. Bro, bro, there he is. The Emperor. So, and the Magician upright. So we got the Emperor and the Magician upright. That's big boss energy right there. So, okay, let's say I'm gonna step into my big boss energy. Maybe some of y'all are trying to be cool, or you just simply are cool. And the only thing that you actually respond to is big boss energy because you're not materialistic, but you're results oriented, and people that don't care about other people, they will just do whatever they want, and they might reach a level of success in doing so. So enough with the talking. Let's get to the pain of the effort of trying to be more than you necessarily were born to be, out of necessity for trying to fulfill some kind of agenda that you seem to be on. And I'm just here as a facilitator to lift the archetype up, to entertain the archetype, and to possibly channel some energies that will be transformative for you. Okay? So we're not playing here. We're actually, you know, we're actually doing the most. All right. All right. All right. So what's going on? What are we going through? What do we want to talk about here? What's going on? Do not get in your car. Or if you do get in your car, just expect that everything's gonna be a little bit topsy-turvy. Like you're gonna go too fast. You think that you've been marinating for too long and now it's time to go. No, it's not time to go. It's time for you to let someone else drive. Or make sure that you've considered whether or not it's absolutely necessary to travel at this point in time. Maybe you're forcing fate. Maybe you're forcing other people. Maybe you're being your willpower might be toxic in a sense because you're not informed. You're not, it could be. All right. Or maybe you're dealing with someone that's not informed. So, yeah, Ten of Swords, like at the end of the rope, looking at avoiding the nightmares, and then also being, okay, Spirit, can we please stop with the staircases? Like, I know there's a bunch of new people, and I know that I love shadow work as much as anyone, but I also need people to be positive and to want to tell me a story about how good things are going as well. So again, with the big boss energy. Okay, can we get the animals for this one? We need some variation up in this building, up in this channel, up in my head, in your soul, in my soul, in the name of projections, in the name of connecting with the Pleiades, in the name of spiritual maturity. All right. Don't go there. Don't go to anger. Chill out. Go. Hopeless. Someone's feeling hopeless. Well, good luck with that. You need to believe in yourself. You might be 57 years old. Squirrel spirits coming in. Scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Could be 52. Could be what? Okay, hold on. Might be seeing 1111. Might be having issues stepping into your power, into your strength, into your belly. It might be, yes, because of the monitoring spirit. It could be as well. That's at least what I'm dealing with. Lids. Plenty. Plural lids on top of many soups in my soul, trying to signal that the food is ready. It's like having a bunch of kids that won't come to the table. That's the feeling. Okay. And then Egyptian lives, missing it, Egyptian lives, missing it, working with the sun. You're working. Oh, good job. Yeah, some of y'all are really working with the sun in a local way, and you're talking to the elementals and your third eye's open and activated, and you're like getting into it, and maybe someone is talking like this, a little bit like being a little bit of a cutie pie when it comes to storytelling. They might go up, and then uh, it's not that big of a deal. But then again, we went to the cinema, and then we went back home, and it wasn't that exciting. But then he said, and she said, I'm getting that a little bit. It's just so cute. Hoarder. Some of y'all might be hoarders, having issues letting things go. Hence the put on the timer and forget about it. Be a good actor in your own life. Big boss energy coming in. Okay. Very antisocial big boss. Like, okay, yeah, you're a big boss, but you want to talk about it? You just want to be a boss. Like, what's the point of being a big boss if you can't even express yourself? Like, that's to me, that's delusion, stagnation, inertia. Yeah, conditional love. Like, you give me this, I give you that. Tit for tat, revenge, royal justice, programming, heavy, stairway to hell type of mentality is like, okay, so we're moving on from that. How do we get out of this? I'm hearing very negative words. They're um okay, so there's a fine line between truth. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a check like directly. So how are you doing? Thank you for being here. You're very brave. You're very brave. Okay. We're just tuning in. There's no hiding from this. You don't have to run from this. You can, but you don't have to. But truth will out. So they're saying you're not, some of y'all, you're not doing well. You're not doing well. What's the you're not doing well? Okay. Thanks for the honesty. Thank you, Spirit. All right. We got the High Priestess. We got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and then we got the Two of Swords. So your intuition and your health and your fire and your energy is in a stalemate. Like you're not, at least you're in a situation where you're a big boss, you're not being judged, or you don't care if people are judging you, but you're still in this end phase of a decision. You're waiting for this new moon, you're waiting for this like a waxing crescent type of energy. So, stalemates, Libra energy, Venus, um, inertial, staying like I mean, like staying between two choices. It could be a Scorpio, could be an Aries or a Pisces or Aquarius. Wow. And you're suppressing your Chiron energies, which is the wounded healer. So, okay, we're just gonna place these in order. Maybe some of y'all are okay. Just working with citrine and humility. Okay, some of y'all might be moving. or just reorganizing your space. That's the arrogance. Come on. Yeah, you're cool. They're not. I get it. Just what's the use of what's the use in being so cool? It's because you want people to listen to you, right? Like you want people to listen to you, and they're in general for everyone, and they're not. Like most people aren't listening. So we use derogatory terms. We use negative language. We use seriousness as a tool to steal people's attention because they won't give it to you because they're in a war where they're fighting for self-worth in a world where we're supposed to feel like it's a privilege to even be alive because there are so many poor people out there, so many people that are dying from hunger, and then we're supposed to practice all this gratitude. And if we even had an inch of ambition that would kind of collide with, for a lot of empaths, with this impression of the world being in a crisis. Okay, actually, so there's that. You know, you're worth more money. You could get more money. You could stop with the negative just to steal people's attention. Maybe there could be a tactical change, and you could have a tactical advancement with thinking about new ways to gain people's attention. How about authenticity or honesty, or actually just telling people what they don't want to hear to the point of them reacting in a way that will test your mm, bravery. That's where it gets kind of scary. Um, and I'm speaking from experience because I grew up with a lot of shame. I grew up with a lot of blushing. I grew up with a lot of bravery, and I dove head in first into any situation, and I wasn't able to handle it, and I started blushing. My face turned red, like like a tomato, and it just kept like exploding, like this blushing feeling of shame, and that that fear just got, programmed into me by the Matrix, by people that operated within a social system that was, to me, was very strange. And I came from another realm. I came from another life where I came from Lemurian past lives. I came from Atlantean memories. I dove into a life here and this DNA from another place that was very chaotic, and I had to manage chaos. And I grew up in chaos, and I'm an excellent manager of chaos, and I can help people when extreme energies are just flying left and right because I know how to go into these shamanic trances. I know how to push the energy to a point where elemental energy can come alive and still act out even more kilowatts of channeled divinity to come through. And then, of course, in the aftermath of those moments, I have to deal with Virgo energy, okay? Like appropriate myself and make it socially viable to not go through further social suicide, to make it uncomplicated to the layman and woman, so that I can continue to get out of misery, continue to heal, and continue to increase the functionality within my social circuitry and to work with, for example, Arcturians. And Arcturians, like if there are any Arcturians here, welcome. Um, we practice a lot of honesty here and we practice a lot of sobriety, like wearing our sobriety as a badge of honor and to be of sound mind, sound body, and still go into, plant medicine when it's divinely appointed for us to go there, and we just follow our intuition. How do you know you're ready for an ayahuasca trip? How do you know you're ready for anything? How do you know you're ready to break up with someone? How do you know you're ready to do anything? It's about bravery, it's about following intuition, and it's also about not necessarily playing it out all in your head. It's also about, jumping a bit to it, and tapping into this Sagittarian energy and just going for it. Like buy a ticket, or go somewhere, or learn a new language, or all of that. So somebody wanted to hear a little bit about ayahuasca, and I want to get into it, but not in this video. Maybe I should do it in the next video, talking about the whole like trip. So I took a lot of notes from that trip, and I think that I would just name the video, "This is my ayahuasca trip." Okay. Um, right. All right. So I think what has happened, on my channel here, is that I had a little bit of an explosion, tiny micro explosion when it came to the Kundalini activation, and the video got shared to a lot of people by my standards. And then now we've been doing a lot of shadow work, and now we're down to the nitty gritty. Now we're down to a nuclear group of miracle-oriented souls that are actually willing to go to a place that is revolutionary, that is a hybrid existential resonance, that is a genius type of opportunity for the soul to actually go through healing, to go into miracles, and to explore the actual um, innovation of the starseed work. So yeah, we're using all these cards. Yeah, we're talking the layman term. Yeah, we're tapping into the astrology, and yeah, we're cross-referencing, and yeah, we're showing up without criticizing our peers, and we're continuing to realize our position in the caste system of the hierarchy, and we're just practicing this like autodidactical awareness of metacognition. And for someone, that's a mouthful, and for some of you, that's just splendid. And can we, should we elaborate on these cards a little bit? Okay, let's get into it, to the point. Okay. So Pendulum said, and we're connecting to some of y'all and the energy body, and you're not doing well. You're not doing great. It's because you're having difficulties with the choice. And it has to do with the long-term future. It has to do with resistance to, it could be a South Node issue, or it could be an 11th house issue. It could be a long-term choice that you're not seeing. So you're like planning ahead in the future, trying to figure out how to um, sow the seed so that you in turn can reap the seed that you have sown. And um, maybe it's important for you to realize that it's an it's kind of a Libra secret to to manage to stay between difficult choices and let the divine make that choice for you. Or you could, of course, you could get into practicality. You could get grounded. You could, focus on your health and your sexual drive. You could focus on your willingness to make your own choices, to be a hoarder, and to be okay with scraping up the residual matter or value from a situation that in the past you wouldn't even bother with, but now you're like, okay, I'm a grown person now. I will see to the details. I will do my due diligence. I will be humbled by the process of me becoming responsible in situations where I used to reap havoc, and it's a new scenario for someone. It's a new way of experimenting with their issues with time, whether or not you have an issue with time or not. Um, and your intuition is on fire. So you're clearly your intuition is on fire. You might have, you might have been in hell. You might have had your talk with Hades. You might have been in relation with, Hecate and Persephone and Demeter and Hades and read all about it. And you might have heavy Scorpio placements. I myself have a stellium, a Scorpio situation in my chart, and I know exactly what it is to go through the taboo, to go through the intense, unwilling, necessary transformation of the soul, mind, body, and spirit, and go through it kicking and screaming and like praying for a different treatment from the universe, and still in the aftermath going through the forgiveness of it all and being used to laying down your life for something. And this is where Sagittarius and Scorpio neighbor each other in the name of martyrdom. So a a Sagittarius spirit will be a martyr and can be sometimes a martyr and glorify martyrdom. But the the only signs that really can muscle the glorifying martyr mentality is, Gemini, Capricorn, and Scorpio. They can really function as like a holding cabinet for that Zeus power to just electrocute everyone and create revolution, because Aquarius is also in a harmonious relationship with Sagittarius. Um, and yeah, so what's the Pisces? Pisces, Ace of Wands, Vulture, relaxing, going too fast into the health department, being aggressive with the maybe being too too fast, too alone, too revolutionary, too much of because it's about believing in yourself and mastering that, but also working with the teaching it to others. Maybe there's an unwillingness to tell your friends and your family and your environment about what it is you did that worked for you and your body. Maybe you've had difficulties in the past explaining to people how you managed to do something um, to your benefit, because they just ended up becoming jealous, and then you stop trying to teach people about how to get to the point of release or health, or and maybe you're in an environment where nobody is necessarily wanting to become healthier because they're on a path of, you know, their way to health, which is not true for you. So more power to you. Okay, it's tough handing out cards in a situation where people are sensitive and like it's like this yeah. You would think that everything would be so much easier now that all the planets are direct, but I'm sensing that things aren't necessarily that easy. Things are extremely transformative in this moment, but the conclusion that we're looking for is not necessarily here. But the feelings of the challenges that are in our face, they're here, and they're saying basically that it's not good enough, that the process in itself is not. It's like, yeah, feeling like things aren't productive in a process. So it could be boredom, or it could be just it could be sabotaging programs in the working to shut down the programs, to make it feel laborious, or that the labor is exhausting. Like there could be other things to evaluate. There's an evaluation process. It's like, am I working towards the right goal? So it's definitely a period of um, reevaluating long-term goals from the past and really reevaluating new long-term goals, and to get the head out of the ass of the proverbial quote unquote head out of the ass. Why am I saying that? It's just disgusting. Um, yeah, okay. Hmm. Okay, let's do a couple of rune questions. I'm going to do you a solid so you can ask no or yes questions out of the blue. Whatever confirmation that you're getting should be yes, probably, probably not, or no. And then I'm gonna have to, give you a little bit of a story to try and match the answers to the questions that you're asking. So do yourself a favor. Prepare some questions, hit pause, prepare some questions mentally or write them down. And then when we throw the runes, I'm gonna give you a little bit of guidance from from the runes, okay? So now it's important to anchor up on higher timeline to increase the functionality and harmony within our lives, to stand in the highest light, and to only allow benign guides that are to the benefit of our higher timeline, so that we can push ourselves authentically to do the choices that will be the best for our situation, so that we can grow accustomed to our starseed mission, and to get rid of negative entities and energies, and to start um, living our higher path and our higher timeline, and activating our light bodies, and doing what we can to get to a place where our soul is trying to carry us to, or experience us. How can we make our life hospitable to our light body and our spirit to come through? How can we invite in opportunities to experience miracles and magic, and glitches and all of that interesting stuff. You know what I mean? So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, let's go, let's go. So, couple questions. Um, some of them might piss you off. Your shadow might not be ready for it. Your light might not be ready for it. And some of the answers might piss you off. And I would advise you to let them piss you off. Disagree with some of it, because it's about your discernment. It could be that the guides are trying to tell you, like, hey, you're not really asking that question because you know better than to ask that question. Like, it could be anything. So, but yeah, good luck. 10 questions. 10, 15, 5. So first question is definitely yes. Ding, 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 ding. Maybe I should ding, ding, ding. Yes. The answer that you got was yes. But it has a little bit to do with your money not coming through. I don't know if it's making you sad or happy, and it's definitely part of your shadow work. So your shadow is definitely part of the question, and part of the business to what you were inquiring about. And it could be that this is really getting your juices flowing. It could be that this is activating your heart, and it's definitely part of your shadow work. But then there's the question of money. Are you getting your money based off of this, or is your money on hold because of this? Next question. That's a definite no. That's a no. because it's not leading to, or your transformation is around the corner regarding this question, but it's not necessarily showing itself. And you're still waiting for the necessary situations to align to the question. And you're this person or this situation has little protection, little to none, no protection. It's like it's a little bit dangerous for you to even consider it because you're lacking protection. And the lack of protection is hidden. So it's like a double negative. Like it's a little bit of like dun 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 Jaws. Dun 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 dun. It's tiny steps. It's not even two steps forward, one back. It's just small steps back and forth. Okay, so and some of these programs, they're shaking, you know. It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of like, mm, how dare you, or messages are actually now aligning and timelines are shifting. So just keep a high vibration, keep holding a high frequency, and you'll be safe. Next question. That's for that question. The way that this shows up for me is like, um, it's like, what did you think? You know better than to ask this question because you know that the answer is no. Like this is when the runes are giving me a little bit of an attitude because they're like, duh, like no. What do you like? They're like rhetorically asking, what do you think? And they know that I know better than to ask this question, or they're basically just. It's not about them being rude in that sense that I'm the way that I'm communicating it. It's about them saying, duh, no. Um, it could be that they're just being ironic. Sometimes for me, it's being them being ironic because they're still questioning the money issues. Like there's transformation in the picture, like there's transmutation and there's churning and evolution in the picture, but it's and there is protection available, but the protection is not there. It's not, it's hidden, and the the money is not there, or the abundance is not there. Next question. That's a yes. Big yes. Um, you might be lacking some impact in this situation, but it's part of your light work. Like you're doing the best that you can. It's making, I'm guessing, I'm sensing that this is making you happy, and it's a big yes for this question, but you're lacking a little bit of a feeling of having an impact or actually having an impact. So just work on this. Um, just work on that. Just employ your forces even harder. You could go even harder in this. You could try even more. You could get into that Virgo, like Aries type energy of like, Aries be really good at just loving what they're doing. And even if people tell them like, hey, good job, they're like, yeah, thanks. And then they go back to work because it doesn't impact them as much. It's just about um, the curiosity of just being the best, being the first, and winning. And that's sort of like the value system around that rhetoric and just like getting things going for the sake of everyone else. It's a collective type of personal responsibility, which is again in harmony with Aquarius, which is also about um, individuality as a functional collective. So, which again, okay, I'm not going to go there. Okay. Next question. That's a no. Uh, could be that there's some issues with the traveling. It's not making the logistics of the traveling of the journey of it isn't necessarily favorable for your happiness. Like it's not going to make you happy. I mean, it could, but I'm not seeing that. And there's a definite, um, maybe you have to figure out whether or not it's making you happy, but it's a yes or no type of situation. It's not like, I don't know, it's about yes or no for the journey of it. And then it could be that if you're asking about a person, it could be that you're not necessarily as attracted to this person as you might think. It could be that you're not attracted to this person. So, but attraction isn't everything. Um, and I think that beauty has a lot to do with, just taking care of our skin and, massaging ourselves and or purchasing people massaging us or investing in partners that are good at massages and stuff like that. And just pampering ourselves and working on just looking ourselves in the mirror and just reminding ourselves that it's okay to love ourselves. We're not necessarily narcissists because of that. And we can confront narcissists and they will hate it. I know exactly what it's like confronting narcissists, and they're very effective in just in the way that they project as a result of the narcissism being even brought up. Because if you project narcissistic disorders, if you project a narcissistic diagnosis um, in the presence of another narcissist, it doesn't matter how intelligent they are. The energy is going to speak for itself, and we need to learn how to discern how difficult it is for narcissists that are evolved to comfortably own up to the fact that they are beautiful souls that deserve a better life without necessarily needing to go to um, aggression or suppression or becoming volatile or crude or disgusting in the process. So, but it's very difficult to deal with narcissistic behaviors and programs out there. And a lot of us, I know that I inherited a lot of it, and I've been dealing with reptilian possession when I was younger. I used to be a reptilian possessed person, and I got out of it, and I'm still alive, but you know, it was tough growing up with that, and they taught me a lot. But next question, that's a no, it's a big no, because part of the shadow work, and but there's protection there, latent protection waiting, and then there's the lack of necessary events playing out into the favor of whatever this question was about to be affirmed as a yes, because now it's a no, because there's a there's a focus on the shadow. There's Yes, there is protection available, but it's something about the self-deception there that it's not allowing for it, and just look at the view count on this channel. Like, it's not a lot. It's because and on this channel you'll get the honesty, you'll get the justice, you'll get the shadow work, and you'll get the challenge. And it's it's a deep healing journey, and it's for the very strong ones to even consider going into the nucleus of pure transformational investigation. That is exactly what we're doing here. So, congratulations on that. Last question. That's a maybe. That's the first yes maybe, because it's this question would relate to enterprise and contracts being favorable. So it's a favorable, most likely. It's like a good idea. You could go there. So I feel like the last question was also like one of the most important questions for you, because now you went to your you actually tapped into your value system. You actually tapped into your intuition based off of a question that you were considering, that were actually part of your investigation. So you're really tuning into your own investigation here. But the thing about the question is that you're not going to get what you wanted, like what you were promised, what you expect. So there's something about the what you're expecting or the perfection you're aiming for or the fulfillment of what it is that you were told that you were going to get out of it that might not, you know, be available for you in this moment. But it's definitely things are laid out for you. Things are fortunate. You have some favorable wind. You have the contracts. You have the the entrepreneurial business aspect of it could be beneficial. But you're not going to get exactly what it is that you wanted. But if you jumped one timeline and you just made a different choice regarding what you're expecting, you would get exactly what you were promised. So there's a challenge for you right there. Okay. Yay! All right. We did it. That was good. That was good. So, I think that I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah. I love helping people. All right. So let's just calm down and appreciate that we just jumped a couple timelines. We just shifted a couple timelines. We actually listened to some good advice, and we were investigating into our own lives to the point of um, making some really bold moves and considering to making some new bold moves based off of the guidance from the your ancestors, from the galactics, and from the runic council, and from our guides here. And thank you so much for the trust, and I wish you so much um, well wishes and good opportunities and assistance in getting to exactly where it is that would be beneficial to you and your soul and for your happiness and for your so that your curiosity can blossom and yeah, so that you can get your justice and so that you can work with big energies so that you can work big and smart. So we're just going to sit here and explode for a second. Allow yourself to explode and pulse out white light. Just one, two, three. Just keep, calm and steady. Sending out pulses of light, informing your environment of your natal frequency, sending out love, sending out respect, forgiving, releasing, preparing, preparing ourselves and preparing the world for our new trajectory. Wrapping up unnecessary lessons in life, recognizing unnecessary lessons in life, closing up negative timelines, anchoring in our higher timeline, understanding that we can access our higher timeline when we know we can handle it. Manifestationally wise, we set our goals according to either gigantic or humble standards, and then we keep exercising and working towards ways that actually works for us. And then we practice a little bit of discipline. We tap into the Virgo energy We tap into the collective consciousness. We try to contribute to the world in a meaningful way, helping the light codes come in. Connecting to the force field of Source's force field. Working with mudras, they're really helpful. Okay, inviting in sacral design, sacral geometry, activating all the chakras, appreciating all of the good communication and all the good business and all of the promises that are fulfilled to our expectation and to our higher selves joy and to our shadows benefits and joy. All right. Um, all right. We're. I'm a little bit tired. I don't know if I have any more juice right now to like pump into the reading. So part of me wants to close it up. I'm getting some third eye activations here. I'm in the Wheel of Fortune. What is it that I could okay, this is a very intuitive reading. It's very different. This reading is very different. Yeah. How are we feeling? Are you feeling better? Be honest. They're saying yes. Okay. So we definitely transmuted a lot. Um, and I understand the devastation that might come with the ascension. I understand that things might be scary. And I understand that life can be challenging and scary and confusing. And and but know that it's okay to deal with the end of things. It's okay to deal with the death of you and everything and anything. It's okay to let go. It's okay because life is just a game. If you die, you can just restart it and have a bunch of deja vus and cry and laugh and experiencing all of this again with oblivion and realizing that you're worth experiencing your own life over again because there's so much love there for you. You don't have an issue with time. You don't have an issue with yourself. You love yourself completely, wholly, and you forgive everything and everyone. And you're tapping into cosmic energies, and you're experiencing a lot of turmoil. Maybe programs are ticking in left and right, and then you're watching me, who's like this nuclear explosion of a chakra activator from another dimension, and who's you know I have my own issues as well. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But I just want to congratulate you on your bravery and for showing up for yourself and to this extent and to being just a hybrid being that came from somewhere else that really is here as a change maker. You're here to change a lot of people's life simply by walking into life out your room and being exposing yourself to other people, the way that you look at them, the way that you show up in rooms, the way that you show up in the world is exponentially transformative to any system of control that you're exposed to. So it's like this light that you're holding, this functionality that you're representing, it's upgrading your environment to an extent that is well beyond what your shadow can comprehend. So it's about informing your shadow about it and nurturing yourself to the point of safety so that you can continue to handle the exposure that I'm representing here because it's a lot to bring evolution into, I would say, a formulated version of real transformative elemental magic across the different um, operating systems like electricity, waves, the ether, uh, dimensional winds, and all of the rest inventions of the mapping out of the actuality of a reality that we're still trying to comprehend. Is like it's a lot for the human being to handle this type of information. So just realize that you're in a very um nuclear space of invention here. So keep exploding, my friends. Keep exploding and keep loving yourselves because there's a lot to love and there's a lot within you that's still they're in line. Like there are factors in line inside of you waiting for you to love the next thing in line. So just keep loving all of the things that come up because we love ourselves more and not less. That's the baseline. Okay. Okay. Sending you lots of love. Please comment if there's anything that was resonating for you in this video. I love reading these comments. It's making me very happy. Thank you so much. And if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up and share this video with anyone that might resonate with this message because it really helps my channel. And other than that, I wish you nothing but the best. And yeah, keep dancing, yo. Love you. All right, blessings. Bye.